Hello everyone. I hope you have seen my previous videos. Till now I have been posting various videos on peripheral parasympathetic ganglia, and today is my first video on a topic of basic anatomy. So I'll be dealing with the topic of cartilage. In this video we'll just have an overview of the topic. In the next video I'll be talking in details about the types of cartilage, and in the next another video we'll be doing the histological aspect of cartilage, and then to the other topics of basic anatomy, for example bone. I hope you're liking my videos, and if you like this video also, please like it and do write in the comment section how do you feel about it, and also subscribe my channel. Okay, so now starting with the topic of cartilage. As we all know that cartilage is a modified connective tissue, just like bone. So it is another modified connective tissue like a bone, but it has many things different from a bone. We'll be discussing all those in today's video. So it's a modified connective tissue. Bone is very hard and rigid, right? But cartilage is not that hard and rigid, but it is firm enough to form a skeletal framework of the various parts of the body where it is present. For example, nose, for example, the pinna or the external ear, and there are many other sites we'll discuss further. So it is not hard and rigid like a bone, but it is firm, right? Now, the two very important features about the cartilage is that cartilage is avascular. That means it does not have the blood supply of its own, right? So this is very important because this leads to the basic fact that there is very poor regeneration of the cartilage if it is destroyed. And there is another reason for that also. We'll be discussing it further. Another point is non-nervous. Non-nervous means it does not have any nerve supply. That means it is insensitive to pain. So it does not have a blood supply of its own. It does not have nerve supply of its own. So these are the two main features of cartilage which differentiate it from the bone. Now coming to the next thing. What is the basic structure of the cartilage? Now, like any other connective tissue, it has a matrix, right? So matrix is what? It is a jelly-like substance or a gel-like substance that is rich in proteoglycans. That means a combination of carbohydrates and proteins. And in that jelly-like matrix, you have many fibers and also the cells that are responsible for producing those fibers, and the matrix also. So, regarding the fibers, first of all, what are the various types of fibers that we find in the cartilage? We have collagen fibers and we have elastic fibers. The collagen fibers are collagen fibers type 1 and type 2, and there are elastic fibers also, and depending upon which type of fibers are more in a particular cartilage or at a particular site, there are many types of cartilage. For example, hyaline cartilage, the fibrocartilage, and the elastic cartilage. So the amount of fibers, the type of fibers which are predominant varies in each type of cartilage. We'll be discussing that in the next video. Till now, you should know that in a cartilage, there is a gel-like matrix in which we have collagen fibers type 1, collagen fibers type 2, and the elastic fibers. Then there are cells. Now, you should always remember that if we are talking about the cartilage, the cells, the name of the cells always starts with chondro. Chondro is the name that is used for cartilage. So there are two kinds of cells, chondroblast and chondrocytes. The cells which are in the stage of division, which can divide mitotically and produce more of cartilage, are known as chondroblast. And once the chondroblasts are mature enough that they cannot divide any further and they are embedded in the matrix, deeper in the matrix, then they are known as chondrocytes. That means the cells that are dividing rapidly and producing more of cartilage, they are known as chondroblast, and the cells which have lost the power of further division, they are known as chondrocytes. So they are mature and they do not further divide, so we call them as chondrocytes. So these are the two types of cells, chondroblast and chondrocytes. Right? So we have done various features of the cartilage. Next, the free surface of the cartilage is covered by perichondrium. If we know these features, then it will be very easy for us to draw the histological picture of the cartilage also, right? So the free surface is covered by the perichondrium. Now, perichondrium has a fibrous layer and a cellular layer. It has an outer fibrous layer and an inner cellular layer. If we draw it, so this is the fibrous layer of the perichondrium, and then we have the cells, right? We have the cells. We can even draw this diagram using your histological colors. This is the fibrous tissue. We can draw it with the lilac pencil color, and then we have these cells. So this becomes the fibrous layer of the perichondrium, right? And the inner one is the chondrogenic layer. That means the inner one is the cellular layer and it has the cells which are chondrogenic. That means they have the potential to form chondroblast whenever it is required, right? That means when they have to form more cartilage tissue. So we have the cells in the chondrogenic layer which are flat and have a dark nucleus. So these are the chondrogenic cells. Now both of them together, we call them as the layer, the outermost layer, that is the perichondrium. Perichondrium. So whenever you draw a histological picture of cartilage, this is how you have to show the perichondrium. It has an outer fibrous layer and inner cellular layer, right? Then these chondrogenic cells, when they form chondroblast, there occurs a change in the shape. They become more bigger in size. They become more bigger in size and the nucleus is darker, right? And then we have, now these chondroblast, they form the cartilage, and then when they lose the power to divide mitotically, then they get embedded deeper in the matrix, become round and larger in shape, and have a light nucleus, lighter nucleus. So now we call them as chondrocytes. So these are the chondroblast and these are the chondrocytes. So I think the topic is clear to everyone. We have an outer layer, that is a perichondrium. This entire is a matrix. In the matrix we have fibers. Depending upon the type of the cartilage, there can be collagen fibers type 1, type 2, both type 1 and type 2, or elastic cartilage, elastic fibers. That will be dealt in another video. And besides this, there are cells. In the perichondrium, it is always the collagen fibers type 1. It is always the collagen fibers type 1. Then we have the chondrogenic cells in the perichondrium, and then the chondroblast, which can also divide mitotically to form more of cartilage, and then the chondrocytes. When the chondroblast lose the power to divide, Then they get embedded in the matrix and we don't call them as chondrocytes. So this is about the cartilage. Now one more thing, that is growth. How does a cartilage grow in size? It is because of two factors. One is the cartilage being laid from the surface. That kind of growth is known as the appositional growth. That means more cartilage is being formed from the surface. It is added on the surface of the pre-existing cartilage. So that is the appositional growth. Another is the chondroblasts that are there in the matrix. Themselves, they divide mitotically and form more cartilage. So that is occurring from within the tissue. So we call it as the interstitial growth. So there are two types of growth that are occurring in a cartilage. One is appositional growth that is occurring from the surface, and the another is the interstitial growth that is occurring from within the tissue, right? So we have the main things about the cartilage. Now perichondrium has two important, we can say two, there is an important point about perichondrium. One is it has collagen type 1 fibers. Another is it is absent in two types of cartilage. It is absent in two types of cartilage. First is fibrocartilage. First is fibrocartilage. So till now you should just remember their names. In the next video, we'll discuss them in details. In white fibrocartilage, the perichondrium is not present. Another is hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is present at various sites. It is lined by perichondrium on the free surface, but at a site, hyaline cartilage is not lined by perichondrium, and that is the site where the bones are forming a joint. Where the bones are forming the joint, the articular surfaces are covered by a cartilage, that is hyaline cartilage, whose main function is to reduce the friction so that the two bones can glide easily over each other and there are smooth movements. So there the hyaline cartilage is given the name articular cartilage, and that articular cartilage is not covered by perichondrium. So the perichondrium is absent at two sites. One is fibrocartilage and the other is articular cartilage. We can even show this with a very easy diagram. Now in the arm, this is the humerus. And we have the glenoid cavity of the scapula. So this is the humerus bone and this is the glenoid cavity of the scapula. So they will be forming a joint, that is the shoulder joint. Now here, these are the articular surfaces. These are the articular surfaces, and this articular surface means which will form the joint. So this articular surface of humerus as well as the articular surface of scapula, they both are lined by the hyaline cartilage. They both are lined by the hyaline cartilage. Now, what is the main purpose of this? To reduce the friction to almost nil, so that the movements at the shoulder joint can occur freely without any friction, right? This cartilage is known as articular cartilage. So you should always remember this articular cartilage is basically hyaline in nature, and it is this cartilage that lacks perichondrium. So perichondrium is absent in fibrocartilage and it is absent in this articular cartilage. Not only in the shoulder joint, all the other synovial joints where this articular cartilage is present, perichondrium is absent. So that is all for this video. In the next video, we'll be doing the types of cartilage in detail. First, the gross structure, where are the various sites where different types of cartilage are present, and then in the next video, the histological aspect of cartilage. I hope you like and understand this video. Please do write your comments in the comment section and like the video, and please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed till now. Thank you so much for your patience.